If you're an e-commerce brand spending less than $50,000 per month on Google Ads, you should not be running search campaigns. If your current agency is running them, if your in-house marketing manager is running them, turn them off straight away. They will never outperform Google Shopping. And I'll be running through in this video why that's the case. We'll be talking about the 3 metrics that impact your profitability and scalability, how that ties into pre-click intent, the cost difference between the channels, quality scores, landing page continuity, and more. So let's start off with search campaigns are terrible. They're terrible for e-com brands. They do not work anywhere near as effectively as shopping campaigns from a return on ad spend perspective. The reason for that is intent, particularly intent pre-click. So if I was to go and make a search for buy office chair, I'm immediately served with the following. I get about 6 to 8 shopping ads up the top, depending on how big my screen is, and I then get some search ads down the bottom here. It is worth noting that as of this exact moment, no advertiser has paid a cent yet for me to see their ads. It's all completely free as Google operates on a cost per click model. These advertisers only pay once I click. If we take a look at the shopping ads up here, and in fact, let's zoom in to a search ad versus shopping ad comparison. With search ads, all you really get is a headline and the brand. No one really ever reads the description of a search ad, and the headline is typically just dynamically generated based on the keyword that's searched. So if I search for office chair, it's just going to automatically dynamically put that into the front of the headline. So there really is no novel information here. We can see that they have a sale up to 40%, so that would be helping them with click-through rates, absolutely. But that's it. Now, in comparison to a shopping ad, and let's say that I go into this search with the intent of spending between $100 to $200. I want it from a reputable brand with a lot of reviews, and I want the chair to be black. I can then look at shopping ads, and right away, these are out of my price range. I get access to the prices of the individual products. I get access to the brand name. I get access to the title of the product. I get access to what the product actually looks like, whether it's on sale, if it has reviews, how many reviews, and then additional attributes that have been connected to the product in GMC. And so the amount of pre-click information that you receive with a shopping ad is substantially different to a search. Not to mention that I also get the ability to start comparing to all of the other retailers and websites side by side as if it was a marketplace. And so right away, I can see which products fit my price range. It would be, this one would be on the top end, this fits perfectly, and then this, once again, it's a little bit on the pricier side. But I can identify fairly quickly that this is what I would want to be going for. Temple & Webster, I'm aware of them. I bought from them before. They're okay. 320 reviews, perfect. So it's validated that this product is probably what I'm looking for. It's on sale, even more, fantastic. Okay, I'm going to get a deal here. And it's the color that I want. And it looks like the kind of chair that I want. I don't really want this. I want armrests. And so I'm going to click. And how much high intent do I have on that click? How high quality do you think the click is when that individual user ends up on the landing page? It's much, much higher than anything that comes to a search ad. If you were to compare to the search ad, I have no idea what's going to be on the other side of this click. Am I going to see chairs that are in the color that I want? Are they going to have armrests? Is it going to be in the price range that I'm after? Do they have reviews? The list of questions goes on and on and on, not to mention that I'm getting pushed to a collection page. Whereas here, I'm getting pushed straight to a product page where I can then have very little friction to go through and add to cart and buy. And so what ends up happening with shopping campaigns is the conversion rates through these clicks are significantly higher than any conversion rates that you'll ever get through a search campaign, because users already know exactly what's going to be on the other side of the click, which leads into landing page continuity. Temple & Webster are currently putting a 40% off sale into their headline because they want to increase click-through rates. They want as many people clicking on their listing in comparison to others, but they may not necessarily be living up to this. And we see this a lot with search campaigns, is the best way to maximize click-through rates and get the most amount of traffic through them is to put really clickbaity titles, because it's the only way to stand out in comparison to people around you, because every search ad really looks somewhat the same. It's really hard to differentiate yourself and steal clicks from competitors. And so you really have to somewhat sell a dream in a search headline where then people click, they end up on the landing page and it doesn't have continuity with the dream that was sold. In comparison with shopping ads, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know what the price is going to be on the landing page, you know what the title is going to be, the product, the attributes, the reviews, the sales, you know everything. There should really be no surprises once you end up on the product page. Then let's talk about cost differences. So search ads are more expensive than shopping. Now, this is large poll data based on all Google ad accounts that Google has unveiled in multiple different reports over time. So this is somewhat inaccurate. And the reason why it's inaccurate is because majority of advertisers on Google can't even place on shopping because they're not e-commerce, they're lead generation or they're service based. And so they can only place on search, which causes search average CPCs to go up, particularly in combination with the fact that the average order value or the average lead value with a service-based business is considerably higher than shopping. And so average CPCs on key terms like lawyers, on digital marketing agencies, they can be $20 to $100 to $300 per click, which does drive this number up. With that being said, from all of my experience working across 250 plus e-commerce Google ad accounts, search campaign average CPCs are either the same as shopping or higher. I've never seen it be the case where search campaign average CPCs are any degree of significance lower than shopping comparatively. And so what that ends up meaning is that we have much lower quality traffic coming through search ads, but we're paying the same amount for them. And so they are naturally going to get a much worse return on ad spend. And that's why you always see a worse return on ad spend through search campaigns, is you're paying the same amount of per click for traffic, but the traffic coming through search converts half as well, sometimes 70% worse. Which leads into quality scores as well. So quality scores impact your average CPCs. With shopping, you end up having incredibly high quality scores for hyper-specific relevant key terms because you're redirecting to the individual product landing page. And so, for example, Facebook will see if someone searches for buy office chair $600 ergonomic, all of these listings are going to have incredibly high quality scores for that key term because that's exactly what the product is. Comparatively with search ads, nobody runs an ad to one specific product page. And so you end up not having high continuity and quality scores because you're just driving users to collection pages, which further skews average CPCs and makes shopping more desirable. Which then leads into the two, and in fact, I've put three here as a caveat, metrics that impact scalability and profitability of a Google ad account. Number one is conversion rates. This brand is going to be 2x more profitable than the one next to it if it can convert users at 2x the rate on site. What's that going to allow them to do? Well, number one, they're going to have 2x the profits, which they're going to be taking home. But more importantly, that's going to unlock cash flow that allows them to spend even more on Google ads and take that number one position. And so the person that can have the highest conversion rates on site will always win the Google shopping game, will always win the Google search ad game, because they can afford to spend the most and rank the highest, because they can convert traffic more efficiently. Number two is CPCs. At the end of the day, if let's say this guy here has half the average CPCs of Desky, then these guys can continue to rank here, spend more, outrank, because they're more profitable on the traffic that they're driving to site. Now, how would that be possible? Well, it would be in quality scores. These guys have a higher quality score, which lets them rank higher, but there really isn't much room these days in CPCs. And so a really common mistake that I see most Google ad marketers do is they're really honed in on CPCs. It's how can we drive CPCs down? And that was very much so a fantastic strategy in 2017, 2018, even 2019 really. But now, because all CPC setting is very much so machine-based, and you don't really have much granular control over CPC allocation, particularly at a keyword or a user level, there's no point in optimizing for CPCs. Your CPCs are what they are. Have a look at quality score. If it's bad, okay, there's room for improvement, but in majority of instances, you're not going to have much leverage here. Your leverage comes in conversion rates, and your leverage comes in gross margin, which is another huge benefit of shopping. If you're running search ads, you're generally driving to a generalized collection page where people might be pathwaying to low contribution margin products. In shopping, you have full control over where you want to be pathwaying users. I'm sure that Desky, for example, has run the math on the back end, has looked at their financial operations and found that this product is their highest profitability product, or it's the highest converting product on first purchase. And so there's a reason why they're placing this exact listing here over any other product that they sell. And so you start to get more granular control with shopping ads as well, and being able to place high gross margin products and deprioritize the lower gross margin products, but still allow people to pathway to them if they would like. So to summarize, search campaigns will always outperform shopping because of pre-click intent, because of landing page continuity, because of quality scores, and because of the cost difference. These 4 factors in themselves will make it so that search campaigns will never outperform shopping within your account. Now, is that to say you should never spend on search? Sure, spend on search. Once you're spending over 50K a month, it'll give you another channel, another ability to scale further spend, further new customer acquisition. But if you're spending less than 50K a month, it just makes no logical sense to be spending on this platform if you're trying to maximize free cash flow and scale as quickly as possible.